Hello and welcome to Pokemon Silver. I am Zach the Lich King, and I am going to try my best to provide an entertaining Let's Play. We're going to start by skipping that intro video, which is quite cute, I'll admit, and start a brand new game. While this guy yammers away, this is going to be a Nuzlocke run, and no, that is not 10. Actually, it is 10 a.m. Wow, time flies. This is going to be a Nuzlocke run of the game. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is basically playing Pokemon with a series of rules and stipulations to make the game significantly more challenging. Because, admittedly, the game is rather easy. If you're an experienced player and you know what sort of moves sets there are, the type advantages, and if you play the game as many times as someone like me has, there's just really very little challenge in it anymore. I have a whole list of Nuzlocke rules that I looked up and talked about with some friends and wrote down. They're going to be posted in the comments section in the detail section of this video, and in most of the subsequent videos they will also be present. I'm not going to read them all off right now because that's just a lot of white noise. But some of the more important ones for this particular episode, this beginning episode, it would be my starter Pokemon is not going to be up to me. It is going to be up to my trainer ID number. And I'll get more into that as soon as we get to that point in the game. If you take the time to read through the Nuzlocke rules I've posted, some of them are listed as viewer choice, because I don't have a particular opinion on them. Two specifically, one of them being, should I be using HM slaves or allow HMs to be used on my Pokemon team? I'm making that up to you guys because I'm establishing one of my rules is I'm not going to be using TMs on my Pokemon technical machines. I'm not going to be able to teach them any moves that they don't naturally learn, basically. An HM is very similar, obviously, but HMs are required to get through parts of the game. That's why they're used outside of battle. So that'll be up to you guys. If you think I should allow HMs for my team, then I will use them. If you think I should get a couple designated HM slave Pokemon, they exist only to have the HMs. They won't be used in combat. They won't be used in they won't be used any way outside of their particular use of breaking through a barrier of some kind. And another viewer choice one, which won't really come into play until much later in the game, is whether or not I'm allowed to catch legendary Pokemon or if I have to kill them. I'm already telling myself I'm not going to be using legendary Pokemon because their stats are so incredibly high, they're incredibly powerful. But whether or not to catch or kill them is something that's, up to you guys. There's a little more challenge in catching, but there's also a little more permanence in killing. If I kill a legendary Pokemon, I will never get to use it, ever. Never get to see it, never get to analyze it. All I will have is the memory, essentially. So, yeah, those two are viewer choices. The first rule of this Nuzlocke is, as I said, my starter Pokemon is going to be based on my trainer ID number. So as soon as he's done talking to me, this is Professor Elm, by the way, the nerdiest of all the professors, in the first 3 generations at least. I never actually played any of the Generation 4 or onward games. This is partially why I chose Pokemon Silver, because of Generations 1, 2, and 3, it was my favorite game. Okay, my trainer ID. If my trainer ID ends in a 1, 2, or 3, I am choosing Chikorita, the grass type. If it ends in 4, 5, or 6, I will be choosing Cyndaquil, the fire type. If it ends in 7, 8, or 9, I will be choosing Totodile, the water type. And according to the internet, 0 is my choice. And if it's my choice, I'm choosing Totodile, because Totodile is awesome. So where's the pause button on this emulator? There we go. My ID number is 10769. It ends in a 9, which is the water type. Excellent. How do I get out of here? Back. B button. Okay, the X is the B button. So, water type, Totodile. I love Totodile. He looks like a little dinosaur. His evolved form... both of his evolved forms look incredibly badass. And... yep, that's my choice. And now another rule of this Nuzlocke is that I must nickname every Pokemon that I capture. Nicknaming them is a way to create an emotional bond. It also makes it a little more challenging because I need to think of things like a naming convention. Now, I'm not particularly creative, so I'm actually going to give all my Pokemon nicknames that are essentially nicknames of what their real-life animal equivalents would be. So, Totodile is a crocodile and or alligator, because Totodile is obviously crocodile. Croconaw, his middle form, is a crocodile as well, but for alligator, his final form is based off an alligator. A very scary, demented alligator, don't get me wrong, but the name implies alligator. I'm going to go with Croc, because that is a cool name, it's a short name, it's kind of like Chuck Steak. How do I backspace? It's a short, powerful name. Croc. I'm so used to a QWERTY keyboard that having these letters in alphabetical order is incredibly mind-blowing. C-R-O-Q. Just to throw everyone off. Croc. My Totodile is Croc. Okay, I must go find Mr. Pokemon. I've already been playing for 7 minutes, however. I'm only going to be doing these videos for about 10-minute increments. So, that will be that. So, some common rules about a Nuzlocke playthrough are... if a Pokemon faints, I have to consider it dead. And usually, people release their Pokemon. I'm going to put it in a special box in the PC. I'm going to call it my graveyard box so I can look through the ghosts of Pokemon past, if you will. And if I'm ever playing and my entire team faints and I do a blackout or whiteout, whichever they particularly do in Silver. I think they still did blackouts back here. And in the case of a blackout or a whiteout, it's a game over and that's the end of the play. Let's go, Croc. Some other rules that are important. Yeah, those are really the most important ones of right now. Oh, I'm not going to be allowed to run from any battle. So if that Sentret had been significantly more powerful, and I thought or knew I would die, then I would have had to just suck it up and run, or suck it up and take the beating. But that's not going to be an issue now, because it's early in the game. These Pokemon are all level 2. Croc is at level 5, so more than twice the level. His stats aren't precisely double their stats, I believe, but he's powerful enough. Plus, Professor Elm's aid, I'm sorry, gave me a handful of potions, plus up ahead here there's going to be a potion on the ground. At least I'm pretty sure it's a potion. Scratch. And there goes the Pidgey. I'm going to be at level 6 before I know it. See, there's the hidden item. Not very hidden, but most people overlook that item if you haven't played the game and haven't looked around for a bit. I mean, the natural path to have taken after this part would have been to go keep going left into Cherry Grove City, I decided to go up and to the right, because there's an item here. And I think there's also a hidden item somewhere around, you know, it's invisible on the ground somewhere, but I'm not confident in that at all, and I really don't want to waste the time looking for it. And that's 10 minutes, so I'm going to get this item. Hey, it's a potion. What do you know? And I'm going to save here. This is an emulator, I'm not sure how their saving scheme works. So I'm doing a proper save, I'm also going to do a save state. Well, that's it for my first Let's Play. I would appreciate any and all constructive criticism regarding my style, and any and all opinions on the game that will be played. Have a nice day. This is Zach the Lich King signing out.